No, it is not Marvel. It's not Wind Chiaki either. And believe it or not, it's actually not Dinah. Hi, my name's Culapse. I'm here to help you 3-star Terror. Now let's talk about it. If you do not know about Fire Dorothy, well, by the end of this video, you are going to know everything that you need to know on how to 3-star that Terror. Now, her ultimate ability, what does it do? Let's talk about it. Now, wish granted. Dorothy responds to everyone's wishes and applies 2 turns of crit up and life leech while also purifying a debuff. Now that's huge, especially since, you know, Terror does a lot of damage. So that life leech is really going to help, especially since Victor was kind of nerfed and that was kind of like the free to play option. Now, how are we going to be doing all this damage to Terror? The answer is Dorothy. Right now, her ultimate is going to help you with a little bit of that survivability to make sure you're not really dying, especially when you get to those nightmare levels. But the real kicker is in her S2. Let's talk about it. Wish list. No matter what, everyone's wishes must be recorded properly. Dorothy increases the target allies meter by 50% and applies crit damage up. This is really where the damage is going to be coming from. For this ability, when she crits, she has a chance to double the effect. Now, what does that mean? Now, that means she can critically apply these turn meter pushes. Now, there's no actual visual like representation, like it's not gonna say, oh, buff crit or something. It's just going to happen and you're going to significantly notice the difference. So it actually is recommended to build crit on this character to make sure that you can always be hitting that bonus turn meter. Now, with that being said, don't just go ham into building crit on her. I'd say 50% is pretty good. You still want her to be able to survive, so don't go crazy and only build crit on her. Now, as you can see, I do have Terror 3-star, and I'm going to show you the team that I used. I do use Leon, I do use Dinah, and I do use that Fire Dorothy. Now, I'm not in like the speedrun clears. It's not going to be a speedrun clear team, so go ahead and look at that if that's what you're into. But this is like that free to play option. Oh, who can I use? Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you some runs here to let you really know how it works, because you do need to know how to speed tune your team and whatnot. And as you can see, I'm using Veronica. The reason I'm using Veronica, which a lot of you people are sleeping on her, is because look where it says she deals that damage to the enemy with a 60% chance to steal the buffs and then also 65% chance to give it to us. That is really helpful for when that second arm of Terrorist applies that defense up on him. So what I like to do is I like to take it off that auto, use her second skill, Soul Bloom, so we can drain that HP and give it to our allies as a shield. And then when the turn comes to where the Terror goes, I use her S3 to strip the defense buff. Staying with me? All right, let's go. Now here's where I said you need to know how to speed tune your team. Notice how my Veronica is in front of my Dinah. We don't want that. Right, we want Dinah to go first so she can apply those defense down, those other debuffs, because if Veronica's going first, that's also missed out damage, and we kind of want to maximize the damage. So you don't want them to be too close in speed. You want to make sure Dinah has at least 5 to 10 speed up on your DPS, and as you can see, she just got wiped there, right? So I'm showing you that it can fail still, but then again, my Dinah is level 35, right? She's not invested in, she's only 35. So do also, like, I'm making sure I'm pointing these things out so you're not just like, oh, this seems not gonna work. No, look at what I have. I'm using under level Dinah, so it is actually a no-brainer if she does die. I didn't level up Dinah just because of the fact how much damage my Leon does when those buffs get online. But as you can see, my Veronica is still going. Well, actually no, this time she went after my Dinah, which is good. That's what I want. Now here, I'm going to show you what an optimal run looks like. I'm going to take it off of auto so I can show you how I like to do it. This is going to guarantee the W, but now I can leave it on auto and it'll be reliant here. But as you can see, Freya goes first. She applies that attack up. Now we have our Dorothy going second. We have Dinah going third. This is the dream lineup right here. All right, Dinah goes in, defense down, always land it. Build that effect accuracy. Take her off, make sure we get that shield. Leon, look at the damage. Boom, she didn't crit, right? But it's okay, because if she crits on the S2, then it's cool. But go ahead and look at her again. She's gonna go again. Boom, 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 boom. Right? She chunked it, but she hit the second arm more. But we're gonna go ahead and leave it anyway. You know, Veronica didn't strip the buff that time. It is 65% chance. Whatever. You know, we got 35%. It is what it is. But as you can see, it's good damage. We have the survivability here. We're not dying, right? Dinah does still die here, I believe, because once again, she's level 35. So yeah, here it is. Dinah dies, and because of that, Dorothy probably dies here as well. Yep, Dorothy dies here. Freya's still alive. It's okay though. We're not gonna lose this because look how much health Leon has, right? Boom, goes again. And there it is, GG's. I hope this is gonna help you to get that 3-star terror. It's really that easy. Now I want to break this down because I know one fast enough everybody caught it. Notice how the Freya's already back up to give that defense up with the shield being up. That's what really helps us tank right here. Now look at Terror. Goes in, basically does nothing. But notice how Freya also did the combat readiness push, and then right behind her it's Dorothy with the critical damage up. Now Dorothy with her S2, what it does is also reduce the cooldowns for her skills and the Almios. So that is really crucial. That is something to really remember there. So you can go in with Doki as well, because Doki does have that cooldown reduction just like how Dorothy does. So you can really build a cooldown team in here and just get it cycling, and that actually probably even be a speedrun for you there. But I wanted to go ahead and break that down play by play. But yeah, it's really about that speed 2ing. A question I can already predict is, oh, how come I don't use Gray? Here's the problem with Gray. He has a one-time chance to hit that defense down. No, that's one-time chance. Dinah hits 4 times. Even if she misses like 2, she still has 2 more chances to apply the debuff. And then she has more debuffs, right? Literally Dorothy, Fire Dorothy, she does that, and she also does more. She does crit up. She does crit damage up for 1 unit. And she also does the turn meter push. Remember, that's what's the key there, is the turn meter push. So sure, you can go ahead and use Gray. There's nothing wrong with it. Either characters will work. It's just that this will work better. Or at least for me, it works better. But go ahead and get out of here, guys. Peace.